Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be going through my empties, my guess summer empties, spring summer empties. I do this every 3 months. It started out as a blog post on my blog maybe I think 3 years ago now, over 3 years ago now, and it has since developed into a YouTube series as well, because obviously some people don't like to read blogs, some people just like to throw on a video in the background and just listen to it instead. There are 33 products, I think, to get through, so I'm just going to get into it because I don't want to be here all day. So if you liked the video, please give it a little thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. Yeah, let's get started. I'm going to begin with makeup because I think I usually start with skincare. So I think I'm just going to start with makeup this time. I have 2 setting sprays. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is 100 ml, and then I also have the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. This is 80 ml. So even though they look kind of, you know, this one looks a good bit smaller, but I don't know. This is €38. This is €12. I wasn't a fan of this because of the sprayer on it. I felt like I had to really push down on this to get it to spray an adequate amount for me. Now that could be just this particular bottle because I've since bought the like dewy version of this, the coconut version, and it doesn't have that problem. So it could be just that this is like a little bit kind of faulty. This is like a biphase, so it is kind of, it sets and also adds a bit of glow back into your skin. I don't think I would buy it again. It didn't really do as much as I would have wanted it to do, and then I just felt like I went through it so fast because it's 80 ml. It didn't wow me, you know, like it's a really good price, so definitely worth trying if you're looking to spend less money on a setting spray, but yeah, not one that I would buy again. I much prefer the coconut dewy mist that I have at the moment, but I think the packaging was a lot to do with that because it was just a bit awkward to use, so that's not one I would buy again. It's not terrible, but like just, yeah, didn't kind of impress me. That don't impress me much. This Charlotte Tilbury one, this is one that is one of those like cult kind of iconic products. It is talked about a lot as one of the best setting sprays. It's €38. I don't know if I would say I was disappointed. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it again. I think it's too expensive. I don't think it's any better than the Urban Decay All Nighter, which is, you know, a good bit less expensive. I think that's 31 or €32. So I would rather buy the Urban Decay one. I think the Urban Decay has a little bit more as well. I think it's like 118 mils. I don't know how I remember that, but I've bought it so many times. So I bought this to try coming up to my wedding, thinking if it's really good, maybe I'll use it for my wedding. I ran out of it before, so it lasted me like, what, maybe 4 months. I do think it really does work, but for me it's too expensive. I would rather go with the Urban Decay one because I've used that for years. It's never let me down. I know it will work and it's less expensive. So to me it makes more sense to buy the Urban Decay one when they're quite similar in what they do, and the Urban Decay one is less expensive and you get a little bit more than this one. It's not a fail, it's just I have a preference over this, and it didn't blow me away enough that I would spend €38 on it again. I didn't pay the full price for this. I got it with like 20% off, but at the same time it just wasn't worth the extra money to me. Next up I have 3 mascaras. I have the YSL Lash Clash Waterproof. I will show you the wands on all of them, or the brushes on all of them as well. That is the Lash Clash Waterproof. That one there, nice big brush on that one. I also have the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes, and this is a smudge proof mascara. This is a tubing mascara. And then I also have the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash in the shade Burnt Umber, which is the brown shade. I have short form content on this if you want to see that. 3 quite different mascaras. This one is obviously a brown one. I love the formula of this. I had it in my 2024 favorites in the black shade, and I currently have a black one on the go as well. This is a stunning color. It's probably the best brown mascara that I have tried, because most of the other brown mascaras, like I actually had the YSL Lash Clash in the dark brown shade, and it is it's a little less harsh than black, but it's still quite a dark brown, so it doesn't show up on your eyes as much as something like this, which is like a warm brown in just like a little bit of a lighter color. So it just works better, I think. Like, I think especially if you're somebody who has blonde hair or something, or red hair, you might prefer this because it just shows up a little bit more as a brown than most brown mascaras. I'm not going to go too much into this because I've already mentioned this loads of times. I love the formula of this. I've had this for about 4 months, and it's kind of just started to go a little bit kind of, the formula itself is not dry, but it's a little bit flakier when I wear it throughout the day now, so I know it's kind of drying out a little bit. Yeah, I've used this so much. It was kind of like my everyday mascara while I had it, because it's just such a great shade and it's great for wearing when you're not wearing a lot of eye makeup. Yeah, I just, if you're a lover of brown mascaras, this is definitely worth trying. And I just love the formula as well. I just think it's great. It's like just kind of one of those formulas that does a bit of everything. It's expensive, it's €35, but it does last like longer than a lot of other mascaras I've tried. I think I mentioned in the review of the black version of this that it lasted me for like 5 months and the formula stayed the same. So I do think that this is just such an excellent formula, and I just love what this does to my eyelashes. It's very buildable, it's very like versatile. You can do a fluttery, like defined and lengthened lash with this, but you can also add volume when you do more coats of it, and it doesn't like get all clumpy. So I really love this. The YSL Lash Clash, I loved the brown version of this in the like non-waterproof formula. This is the waterproof one. I just didn't like this formula as much. Sometimes that happens with mascaras where the waterproof version just won't be as good because they tend to be drier. So I just found that with this, I just found that straight away it was a little bit drier than the other Lash Clash, and it just kind of, I found it harder to work with. As well, the brush is quite, it's quite coated with product, and it also is kind of a bigger brush. I just find those kind of brushes a little bit more difficult to work with. So I just prefer a thinner wand. That's just me. But I do really rate the non-waterproof version of this, particularly if you want a few different colours. They have like a green, a blue, a brown, I can't remember what else, but I do really love this formula, but I prefer it in the non-waterproof version. And again, it's just, I think it's 35, it's the same price as the Lisa Eldridge one, and I would pick the Lisa Eldridge one over the Lash Clash. But I think if you want like really a lot of volume and like kind of like wow, like very big lashes, the Lash Clash is going to give you more of that like impact than the Lisa Eldridge. So that's just something to consider. It's just personal preference. And then the Essence one, I mostly used this on my lower lashes because it's a tubing mascara. I love wearing mascara on my lower lashes, but I often find that it flakes or it smudges, and that's why I like to sometimes get a separate tubing mascara to use on my lower lashes, because I just find that that works really well. It doesn't come off as much. This is like $3.49. It's so inexpensive. It doesn't really give me everything that I want on my upper lashes, but it was great as a lower lash mascara, so that's what I used it for. So it actually lasted for ages because I was just using it on my lower lashes. So this is a great one if you are on a budget, if you're not looking to spend a lot of money. I really don't think you can go too far wrong for $3.49. If you want a more natural finish, this is going to give you that. It's not going to give you like loads of volume, but it will give you kind of definition and length, and it's really good at like not smudging. So yeah, I do really rate this, even though it's not like my favorite mascara, but I just think for the price you can't really go wrong. So I have the Clio Superproof brush liner in Kill Brown. This is the first time I've used a liquid liner in a brown shade. That is the nib on it there, and this is excellent. I will 100% buy this again. I'm using a different one at the moment from another Korean brand, but I absolutely love their mascara. I've tried their mascara and it just like, it holds like nothing else. I mean, in general, Korean mascaras are excellent at holding your lashes. So I really rate their mascaras as well, but this was so good. If you want to try a brown liquid liner, if you've never tried one before, this is my first one and I absolutely loved it. I 100% will buy this again. It's called Superproof. I think it's supposed to be waterproof, and it does last so well. I have such watery eyes. I've hay fever and I also have dry eyes, so my eyes get very watery when I go outside or in the wind, and so I kind of need waterproof eye products as much as possible, and this was just so good. It just really did the job, and that, again, that thin nib is exactly what I like to go for with a liner, so you can do that really, really thin line and kind of wiggle it in between your eyelashes. So I highly rate that. I think it's like, it's less than a tenner anyway, so love that one. Then I also had the Maybelline Express Brow Fast Sculpt Mascara. I think this was in medium brown. It's just a brow mascara. Not one I would buy again, purely because I just find with a lot of the drugstore brands, their brow gels just tend to be very liquidy and they kind of like get all around the skin, around my brows, and they end up looking kind of muddy. So I just wouldn't buy this again. It just wasn't my favorite. Like, it did the job, but I had to be very careful with it, and it just, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. This is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer, and this is the travel size or the mini size. This is the shade. This was such a good shade match for me. It is a 1.3 ml size, or 0.04 fluid ounces. I think this is around 20 euro. I got it on Space NK when they were having 20% off, so it worked out at like 14 euro or something like that. But this had gotten really good reviews as being a really good full coverage concealer. I really loved this. I thought it was great. It did what it said. It was really good at covering like red marks or kind of like darker blemishes or anything. I didn't really use it under my eyes too much because I preferred other concealers for that. I don't really like full coverage under my eyes because I don't wear full coverage all over my face. So I find that when I wear full coverage under my eyes, it looks a bit jarring. Whereas this is great for like pinpoint concealing because it is so full coverage and the shade match is really, really good. I can't remember how many shades they have. I'll have to put that on the screen. But if you are looking for a really good full coverage concealer that's not really drying, this is excellent, and you can get this travel size and try it out and see if you like it, and then, you know, buy the bigger size. To be honest, I probably wouldn't buy the full size. I would probably just buy this again because it's quite full coverage. I don't think I would go through a full size of this before it would expire, before it would kind of like dry out. So I think that this size is great because it allows you to get the use of the product, whereas I feel like if I had a full size, I just wouldn't use it up because I'm only using a really small amount when I use this. It's not something that I used every single day, but if I had, you know, kind of darker blemishes or redness or anything like that, it was great for covering that. So yeah, I highly rate this, and I just think it's handy that it comes in this smaller size because it allows you to try the product without spending like loads of money, particularly if you can get it with the 20% off in Space NK. So really liked that. This is the Missha Magic Cushion Moist Up, and this is number 21. This is a SPF 50 plus PA+++ cushion foundation. That is it. The actual like cushion applicator is long gone. It's like falling apart. This is one I had years ago. My friend actually brought it back for me from Japan, and she got me a refill as well, and I used those both up. This was maybe like 6 years ago. I love the formula of this. It's so hydrating. The shade could be better. I think there's only 2 shades in this, so like for that reason alone, I'm not going to buy it again. I just kind of bought it on a whim because it was so cheap when I was making like a Stylovana order. I think it was like 7 euro. It's really inexpensive, but like that, it's just not, I can't recommend a product that there's only 2 shades in. Like, that's just madness. So while I love this, I just wish they would do more shades. I know a lot of the Korean brands who do cushion foundations are doing shade extensions, like the likes of Tier and Parnell and that kind of thing, Unleashia, all of those ones, and Romand. So I'm hoping that they will, because I mean, any shade extension would be better than just 2 shades. Even for me, because this is, it works on me, but I could definitely do with a lighter shade and a more neutral shade. This is kind of a little bit slightly too deep and a little bit too yellow, which that always happens to me. But it's such a good formula that I'm annoyed that there aren't more shades. I'm not going to buy it again because I don't want to promote a product that so few people can use. If they do a shade extension, I will buy it again, but until then it's a no from me, despite the fact that I do love the formula and it's so inexpensive. So fingers crossed they will do a shade extension. Okay, that's all the makeup, so let's go on to skincare. I'm going to start with eye cream. This is a new to me brand. It's called Califim Professional. Yeah, it's a professional brand, so it's kind of can only be bought in certain like salons and that kind of thing, and then on their website. This is 15 grams. It is their eye contour lifting cream with an ingredient called PTT6. I can't remember off the top of my head what exactly PTT6 is supposed to do, so I will add a little bit from the website about what it's supposed to do. This is it's also made in Singapore, which I haven't seen before in skincare. I don't think any of the products I've used have ever been made in Singapore, but this is, I'm annoyed about this because it's so good. Like, it's like unbelievably good. This is the eye cream that I used coming up to my wedding, and I don't think under my eyes have ever been so smooth and hydrated and just looking the absolute best, because I do have kind of up and down eye area that can get quite dry. I can suffer with milia sometimes if I'm not using the right products, so I'm very wary of eye creams. This was just so good. Like, it really just did a great job. I loved it. I'm so sad it's finished. And I'm not going to be buying it again because it's €173. One of the things about doing this kind of like content creation is you get sent products from brands, and they're products that you would never try yourself, because obviously I'm not going to spend €173 on an eye cream. Somebody else might, and that's fine. This did last me for a good, I think, 5 months at least. I think, like, could be over 5 months. I can't remember exactly. I'll go into more detail in my blog post so that everything will be like in the one place written down. But this was just, yeah, it was so good. €173 worth. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that. It was so good though. I really, like, if I had the budget to buy this, I'd buy it, because I do think it really worked. And as somebody who has such kind of a finicky eye area, it's great to find something that really does make a difference. And I think it was the best eye cream that I could have used coming up to my wedding, because it really just made my eye area look its best. So yeah, loved that. I'm kind of like devastated it's gone, but what can you do? Next up, I have some sunscreens. I have the Tocobo Cica Complex Ultra HA G10 Aloe Ferox Leaf Extract. It's their calming sun serum, SPF 50 plus PA+++, and it's 50 mils. This was a free gift with purchase from Stylovana because of the tier that I'm on, from like how many orders I made. They give you like certain free gifts at certain times when you use a coupon code. I think this was like a surprise gift. I can't really remember, but it was free anyway. It is normally around like $13.59, around like the $13-14 mark. It's got a green tint, and it's got that kind of like aloe vera, like fresh scent. Most of the sunscreens that I have are not scented, so if you don't like scented products, I'd avoid this. I really liked it. It is nice if you maybe have redness or reactive skin. It is that kind of calming feel, and it's a really nice light texture, like a light moisturizer, that kind of a texture. And I also have the Beauty of Joseon, yet another one. This, I think, it's my third, or is it my fourth? Could be my fourth tube of this. Third or fourth anyway. And it's the Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics SPF. I've just ordered the new like aqua gel, like the lighter texture version of this, so I'm interested to see how they compare. I really loved both of these. I don't know if I'd necessarily buy this again, because I think I prefer the other ones that I have, like the Skin 1004, this one, the Haro Wonder. I like all of those, I think, better than this, but it might work better for some people. It has that like green tint to it, so it might be nice if you have any redness to kind of like balance that out a bit. 100% I will be buying this again. Like I said, I just bought the newer kind of like lighter texture version of this just to compare them, because I just think it's good to know which one I prefer, and I think that one might be better for like the summer and that kind of thing. But I just love this so much. It doesn't irritate me at all. It works great under makeup, and it protects my skin. So yeah, these are both really good, and this is just my preference. And I think this is, you can get this in Boots now. It's like, I think it's like $18.99. You can get it for maybe like around €14 on Yes Style and Style Vanish. So I always tend to stock up on those websites just to save a bit of money. So yeah, this is amazing, worth the hype to me. This is lovely as well, but I just prefer this. These are two products I'm not actually going to review them because the brand has just shut down, and they are two Ren products. Two of my favourite skincare products probably of all time. I have repurchased this product more times than I can even count over, I'd say, the past 10 years. It was like my go-to chemical exfoliant. So sad Ren is shutting down. It was like one of my favourite skincare brands for years. So I'm not going to bother reviewing these because you're not going to be able to get them anymore. If anyone has any ideas for replacements of these products, please let me know, because I'm so sad that I'm not going to be able to get them anymore. Just gonna, you know, move on quickly from that. Next up, I have a couple of mists. I have the Skin Proud Refresher Hydrating Face Mist, and I also have the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This, I've had two of these now. The brand sent me this. I wouldn't buy it again. I'm just not mad about the scent. It's a kind of quite a synthetic scent. I'm just not crazy about it, so that's not one I would buy again. I have other mists that I prefer, like the Haru Wonder like bamboo mist. I love that one. So yeah, the Skin Proud one, it's just not for me. The Caudalie Beauty Elixir, oh my god, that scent just like brings me joy, like gives me like a serotonin boost. It's just so, I would buy it purely for the scent, because the scent just makes me so happy. I have been using this product now for about 13 years on and off. It is just one of those products that obviously it has all this nostalgia now, because I bought it, I think, for the first time in Paris in 2012. And I think at the time you couldn't get Caudalie here, or maybe they had just come to Ireland. I can't remember, but I bought it in, I think, City Pharma, you know, the big pharmacy in Paris, and I was like, oh my god, I have the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. It is just one of my all-time favorite products. It's a very love it or hate it product. My sister really doesn't like this because of the scent. It has a kind of slightly like botanical light kind of a scent, bitter orange, rosemary leaf. I absolutely love this. It's not something that I always have. It's expensive, like it's €18 for the 30ml, and I go through it so quickly. So not something that I always buy, but like if I have like a discount code and I'm making an order and like I want to make up the shipping or something like that, I'll pick up one of these, because I just really love this product. It just makes me feel good. It's one of those products that's not necessary at all, but I just love it, and it just gives me like this boost of joy when I use it. It's one of those products that just makes me happy. It's like completely unnecessary, but just, yeah, it makes me happy and I love it. And I've used it on and off for years. Like I've bought so many bottles of this, and it's one of those products that I will always come back to it because I just love it. Next, I have a couple of cleansers. I have the Madagascar Centella by Skin 1004. Their light cleansing oil made with pure centella from Madagascar, 200ml, and that is it. It's in a pump bottle, really, really handy. And then I also have the Lancome Absolute Oil in Gel Cleanser. It's got quite a strong scent. This one, I don't think this one has a scent. It has a very light scent, nothing major. A lot more natural than this. It's got that kind of like quite a rosy fragrant scent that a lot of the Lancome products have. This is a PR sample. I've used this loads of different times because I used to get scented in PR quite a lot. It is €92 for a cleanser. It's 125ml, so it's not like bigger than any other cleanser. I think this is that's 200ml. Oh, this is around 18-20. You can also get this in Boots. There's no competition for me. They both do the same thing. This is like an oil gel, and this is just a straight up oil. This is 18-20, this is 92. This is 200ml, and this is 125ml. So even if I liked this one better, I wouldn't repurchase it. This is just like so much better for me, just for loads of reasons. Very similar to the Haru Wonder one that I also had. I've just repurchased the Haru Wonder because I think it was cheaper than this one, but to me they're quite interchangeable. They do the same thing, very similar, in a pump bottle. Really, really handy, great way to cleanse your face. and I think this is lovely, but it's just not something that I'm gonna spend like €92 on a cleanser. Like, it just would never. So yeah, 100% recommend this one. This one just is too expensive, and the scent, I just don't love the scent. Lastly, for skincare, I have a peptide hyaluronic acid serum. This is the Plump Up from Trini London. This is the first Trini London skincare product that I used. So this is meant to plump fine lines with hexapeptide 9, deeply hydrate with hyaluronic acid and betaine, visibly firm with oligopeptide, and restore bounce with a 4-peptide complex. You can use this night and day. It's actually refillable as well, which is good. This is €90. It's, what is it? It's 30ml, yeah. So it's €90 for a 30ml serum. I just think that's too expensive for me. I'm not going to spend €90 on a 30ml serum. I think, like, if you're going to spend €90, you want it to be like at least a 50ml size. I thought this was lovely. It's that kind of really sticky texture. Again, I used this coming up to my wedding. I found that it really did do the job at like plumping and hydrating my skin before my moisturizer, but it's just not something that I can afford to repurchase. It's too expensive. It's out of my budget. So while I think that it's lovely, and if you are somebody who wants to get into more refillable skincare, I think a lot of the Trini London products are refillable. I mean, it's great. It has, like, you know, hydrating products and a bunch of peptides, so it's going to do like a really nice job at like plumping up your skin. But yeah, it's just too expensive for me. Not in my price range, but it is lovely. If you have the budget and you're interested, it's nice. It's just not something that I would spend my money on. One thing that I would spend my money on if I had it, that I really, really loved, and this is the first Dermalogica product that I've tried in ages. Like, I couldn't even tell you the last time I tried a Dermalogica product, but this is their multivitamin power recovery cream with ACE complex. I'll put a little blurb on the screen of what it's supposed to do. It just says vitamin packed daily moisturizer, treats and helps prevent signs of stressed skin, including appearance of fine lines, dehydration and dullness. And you can use it twice daily, morning and night. This is 50ml. It's €106. Again, expensive, but at least it's a 50ml and not a 30ml. I can actually see, because I'm holding it up to the light, that there is a little bit left at the end of that. I thought that was completely empty. Okay, so there actually is some left in that. This is the awkward thing about a bottle like this, is it's so hard to get the like dregs at the end out when it's a pump. Like, I can see that there's like product all around the edges of that at the bottom, but I thought that that was finished. So I'll probably get a few more uses out of that, which is great. But that is like, it is such a gorgeous moisturizer. Moisturizers are usually like such a boring product for me. I never really find any that I'm like, oh, that's amazing. I'm just looking for something to kind of like lock in all the moisture that of my serums and essences and mists and all that kind of stuff. This is so nice, really rich. I tended to use it more so in the evening, because in the daytime it was kind of maybe a little bit too rich, because I have like so many layers of skincare. I found, especially kind of when it was coming into the warmer weather, this was kind of like, you could kind of feel it on your skin, you know, that kind of way when you put on some moisturizer, you can feel them on, like they're not like sinking in properly. Really, really great moisturizer. Like, this is just so nice. It did last, I would say, for 5 months. So again, like, I suppose if you were to look at it that way, you might spend whatever it is, like for two of them, like €220 for 2 moisturizers for a year. So when you look at it like that, I suppose a lot of moisturizers might only last you like 2 or 3 months. I got at least 5 months out of this, if not like 5.5, nearly 6 months out of it. So I do think that this is a great product, but again, I just can't afford to spend €106 on a moisturizer. I have a lot of Korean brands that I love, and they're just so much less expensive. So if you have the budget and you love Dermalogica, you tend to like their products, and you want something that's kind of like an all-in-one moisturizer that's kind of treat your skin as well, this is so nice. It's like really does make a difference to your skin. So like, to me, it would be more worth it to spend the money on this than the likes of the Trini London serum. I just found that this did more for my skin than the Trini London one. So yeah, really loved that. Very sad that that's nearly gone. Okay, let's quickly go through hair and body. So for hair, I have a dry shampoo. This is the Kerastase Fresh Affair Refreshing Dry Shampoo with vitamin E and rice starch, fine fragrance, root and hair refresher for all hair types. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the scent of this. It's 233 ml, so it is kind of a large size. It just wasn't as good as the Living Proof one. I've never found anything that has topped the Living Proof one. This is also more expensive. This is like 39-40 euro, so it's just, there's no like kind of competition there. The Living Proof one is still my favorite. It's cheaper, it's better. I just wasn't crazy about this. I thought I would try it, but I just wasn't, yeah, I wasn't mad about it. So yeah, I won't be buying that again. This is the L'Oreal Elvive Dream Length Heat Slayer Iron Spray for long, sleek hair. Heat damage shield, smooths and detangles, 3 days sleek. So this is basically a like detangler and heat protectant. I really liked it. I would have bought it again, but I bought a different one because it was like part of a 3 for 2. So I would definitely buy this again. I thought it worked really well for when I was like heat styling my hair. Yeah, the scent is kind of nice enough as well. So and it's quite inexpensive. I think it's like $8.99 or something like that. So yeah, quite a boring product, but also necessary. So yeah, it's something that I would buy again. Then I have a brand called Curly Co. I have their Curl Defining Shampoo and Conditioner. So this is refreshes and invigorates, repairs any damage, enhances smoothness, detangles and strengthens, enhances your shine. This is very, yeah, it has a really citrusy scent, which I actually quite like. And yeah, there's no silicone or sulfates in it either. So yeah, I really liked these. I think these are like around $18.99. I wouldn't buy the conditioner again because I prefer the masks that they have. It's a little bit thicker. I don't wash my hair too often, like max twice a week. So I do tend to like use a clarifying shampoo, do a second shampoo, and then I will use like a hair mask instead of a conditioner. And that's kind of what I like to do when I have those products. I thought these were really nice. They really worked well for my hair. And I do like to use curly specific products when I can. I would probably buy the shampoo more than I would buy the conditioner. I'd buy like the shampoo and then the mask. I have like, I think 3 or 4 different shampoos that I've been sent that I need to use up. But I do think this is a lovely brand. I think they've just released a new product and they have like curl creams and that kind of thing. So if you are based in Ireland, this is an Irish brand and you have curly hair, definitely check them out. I really liked these. I think out of all of the products that I've tried from them so far, the mask has been my favorite, and I did really love the scent as well. And I actually quite like this kind of bottle where it has the like flip up and you pour it out. They're 250 mils as well. Yeah, they are expensive, like $18.99, but because I don't wash my hair like that often, my hair products tend to last a bit longer. So the mask is still on the go because I kind of use it like once a week. So yeah, I really liked these, but I have so many other hair products I need to use up before I even think about buying something else again. Like I would buy these again. They are kind of a little bit more on the expensive side for me, but yeah, they're really nice if you have curly hair and you want to try an Irish brand. I recommend them. Then I have 2 of the Aveeno Sculpt Soothing Hair Care Clarify and Shine Apple Cider Vinegar Blend Shampoo. Gentle detox for hydrated, soft and healthy looking hair. Clinically proven to soothe a dry, itchy and flaky scalp. Sulfate-free surfactants made with colloidal oat. And this is 300 mils. This is, I think it's like, what is it? It's like $9.49 full price. And then I always buy it when they always seem to do like every couple of months like a 25% off. So I've just bought, actually I meant to buy a new one. I accidentally bought the conditioner, so I have to go in and buy the shampoo now. But I've gone through 2 of these. Simon uses this as well, so that's why I've gone through 2 in 3 months. I like to use this once a week to kind of like clarify and cleanse my scalp and hair really well. I find it works really well to get rid of like any kind of product that I have or any oil or anything like that. And I think that these are such good value, like 300 mils for whatever it is. Like I think they end up being like €6 or €7 when you get them with the discount in Boots. So this is something that I was meant to buy again and I accidentally bought the wrong thing, but I will be going and buying another one of these because I really love this as like a clarifying shampoo and it's so inexpensive, you just can't go wrong. And it also smells really good as well. So yeah, really love those. If you're looking for a clarifying shampoo, 100% check those out. They also have a conditioner of it, which I now have by accident. I have 3 hand creams. I have the O'Keeffe's Overnight Intensive Hand Cream. This is another one I've bought over and over again. It's so good if you have really dry, rough hands. I was recommended this by somebody on Instagram, I think 5 years ago. Yeah, this is their overnight version and I use this every night. It's so good. My hands have kind of completely healed now. They don't really get that dryness anymore, and I do think it's down to using this every night. I absolutely love this, so I have to go and buy another one of these. I am like, I think I've maybe one more go left in this, so this is definitely worth it for me. It's so good. I think it's €14 full price, but I always buy it when it's on discount. I think you can get it for like a tenner, so I always stock up on that. Then I have two of these. These are the Nursem Caring Hand Cream. These are 300ml pump bottles, and this is protection for hard-working hands with medical grade Manuka honey, NPA plus 15, barrier restoring oils and soothing white willow extract. So this is one of those hand creams that is like a fast absorbing, has a lot of like natural ingredients, and it also says on the back, with every product you buy we give a month's worth of free nursing to a nurse or midwife. So that's really good. It says on the back, developed with the nurses to help combat the effects of relentless hand washing. This cream is fast absorbing and uses naturally derived ingredients to soothe and protect dry, sore hands. So if you are somebody who is constantly washing your hands, maybe you have small kids, maybe you are a nurse, a midwife, you know, maybe work in the food service industry or like in a care home or something, maybe you're a carer and you're washing your hands a lot and you find that the thing I find difficult is I wouldn't wear something like this during the day because it's kind of leaves a layer on your skin. It's that like balmy texture, kind of leaves that coating on your skin, whereas this absorbs really fast. The one thing that I don't like about this is the pump bottle. It's so hard to get the last bits out of it, and that's the thing I always hate about pump bottles. They do have like a squeezy tube of it as well, so I think I would definitely get the tube the next time I get this. This is something that I probably will repurchase because I do find it great for like during the day when I'm washing my hands a lot. When I'm at home with my daughter, like the two of us are constantly washing our hands, like, you know, she's always making messes and stuff, and like when you're cooking and, you know, cleaning up all her various toys and stuff, I'm washing my hands a lot. So I do think this is a really handy product to have handy because it genuinely does absorb really fast, and it's so it's really good for sensitive skin. So if you have kind of like sore skin, this could be a good one to try. I think I'm just gonna get the squeezy tube because it's just better for me. I just find that I'm losing too much product with the pump bottles because there's like, it's so hard to get it out of the bottom because you have to like put it upside down, but you can't really put it upside down. It's just an annoying packaging thing, but I do really love this product and I need to get another one of those. Then I have the Remedy for body bumps. I mentioned this in my yearly favourites at the end of last year. This is by the brand Remedy Science and it has retinol, urea, lactic acid and ceramides. So the whole idea behind this is it treats dry or skin with keratosis pilaris, which I have. I have very dry skin on my body, my legs and arms in particular, so I absolutely love this. It really does work. It doesn't like get rid of it completely, but it really like makes my skin soft and kind of like gets rid of the like really harsh appearance of like keratosis pilaris. So I really love this. It's €30, I think 95, and it's 162 mils. It also ships from the States, so it's expensive. I haven't bought it myself yet because they sent me a second bottle of it, so I've just run out of that. I suppose it's just not in my budget at the moment to spend €31 on a body moisturizer and then also have to pay for shipping and customs. So I really hope that they get stocked in a like European based stockist, maybe like Space NK or Cult Beauty or something like that, because I love this brand. Like I think their products are so good. They're really just straightforward, no nonsense. Here's what's in the product, here's what it's going to do for your skin. And I think that the price is actually really good considering like the person that's behind it is like certified, I think double certified board dermatologist. Dr. Missha, if you follow the Dr. Lee YouTube channel, they have really good advice on that and I've watched that for years. But I really love this brand and I'm really hoping that they'll get an EU stockist, because if they did, I would be so much more likely to buy this product again because it's such a great product for your body skin. And it's probably like the best all-in-one product that I have found for my dry skin on my body. So please, somebody stock this brand. Please, Space NK or Cult Beauty, please stock this brand because I really love it. I think it's such a good brand. Yeah, it just works. So fingers crossed we'll get an EU stockist so that I can buy that. So when I ran out of my first bottle of the Remedy body moisturizer, I bought 2 products instead of that, and the 2 products actually are more expensive than that, but there's more of it. So I bought the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% exfoliating toner. This is a 240ml size. There's a little bit left in that, so I will use that up in the next few days. Then I bought the Eucerin Urea Repair Very Dry Rough Skin 10% Urea Intensive Moisturizing Lotion. Intensive 72-hour moisture, relieves itch and smoothens the skin. Triple moisturizing complex. Urea, ceramides and natural moisturizing factors, and this is a 400ml bottle. I think this is 21.50 and this is 13, I think. It's a little bit more, like whatever it is, like 35 compared to the Remedy one, but you're obviously getting like 400ml and then like 240ml. So I use both of these on my arms and legs to exfoliate my skin and to really moisturize and soften my skin, and I find that they work really well. This is what I'm going to go back to using for now because the Remedy one is just not as easily accessible to me. And to be honest, like if the Remedy one wasn't, like if it was easier to get and not as expensive, like with the customs and shipping, I would just get that because it's just so much easier using one product. And these are both like really big, but for now I'm going to just go back to using these because these have worked really well, and this is great for just exfoliating your legs, your arms, all that kind of stuff. You can use it I think on your scalp as well. I think I've seen people do, and like your armpits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then this is great as well, and it's like I like that it's a big massive pump bottle, like 400ml. So yeah, those 2 very much recommend if you're like me, you have KP, you have really dry bumpy skin that it just is like there is no moisture in your skin, then definitely check those out because I do think that those 2 products together work really, really well to hydrate and moisturize my skin. Then I have another 2 kind of moisturizing type products. I have the Dr. Organic Aloe Vera Gel with tea tree. This is something that my sister got me onto because we both have very sensitive skin. I use this on my legs after I do any hair removal. I use an epilator. If you don't know what an epilator is, it basically like kind of has this like rotating wheel with like a bunch of tiny like tweezers on it. So it kind of like essentially plucks the hair out of the follicle. Unless I'm really, really good at like exfoliating and moisturizing, I can get like a lot of ingrown hairs. And I also can get kind of like sore skin, so I can't really put anything on my skin after I do hair removal other than the likes of this, because this is like really nice and soothing. It's great if you have any kind of like sunburn as well. It's kind of like hydrating and protecting, and I think I got this in, I think it was Holland and Barrett. I think it's like $10.99. I love the smell of tea tree. Oh my god, this is great if you have just like waxed or shaved or whatever. It's really soothing and kind of cooling. So I need to go and buy another one of these because I loved using this. Like I wouldn't apply this or like the Remedy one after I had just done hair removal because it's going to sting. So this is great for those situations. And the last product I have is this looks like it's been knocking around my bathroom for like 20 years, but it's all like sticky. This is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula with vitamin E, moisturizes, softens body oil with a nutrient-rich blend of oils, 48-hour moisture for bath, body and shower, instantly replenishes dry skin, 250ml. There is a little bit left, but I am going to use that up in the next couple of days. And I have used this on and off for years, like 20 years probably. My mom uses this, my sister uses this. This is something that I would put on my legs after, like maybe instead of this or like on top of this or the next morning, because it kind of gives my skin hydration but without that stingy feeling. So if I've just done hair removal, I would use something like this or the aloe vera because it's going to like soothe my skin, whereas the other products have actives in them, so it can be a little bit stingy and sore. And I just love the smell of this. It just smells amazing. It's that like really like potent cocoa butter smell, which I love. So I use this all over my body, and it's really nice on your chest as well because you can kind of smell it throughout the day. So this is a great product. I think this is like what, like £8.50 or something like that. Yeah, again, it's something I've used for years and it's just like a really nice oil product. It's good to put it on like if you get out of the shower, to like not completely dry yourself, but to put this on so it kind of really locks in everything. So yeah, I really love this and definitely something I'm going to buy it again because I have been using it on and off for like years and years and years. That's everything. That is all of the products. I'm really hoping that this video is not going to be as long as my last empties. Hopefully not, because there's less products. I think there's like 10 less products than the last time. But those are all of my empties. Very, very quick fire, very just kind of surface level thoughts. It's basically just like, did I like it? Would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth the money? That kind of thing. And I just love finishing a product and kind of saying, okay, am I sad that that's finished? Because if I'm not, then I'm kind of like, well, why would I buy it again? And generally, if I am sad that it's finished, I'm like, okay, that was worth it to me. I like doing these videos and blog posts because it helps me to remember what I've used as well, because I try so many different products and sometimes I forget. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you liked the video, throw me a little thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know if you've tried any of these products. I would really love to know what you think, and I will see you next week with another video.